Bitcoin in 2021 topped out at about $68,000. You see it? See right there? About 68 grand. So for a whole year and some change, let me just prove it to you. If this was the top right there, you can see that, right? From there all the way till we broke out, which was January the 4th, which is right here, right? That was 421 days. Bitcoin went crashing from $68,000 all the way down to 15,500, and it took 421 days to do that shit. You didn't hear about one spot ETF during that, because it makes no sense to try to hype you up about crypto when the market is crashing down 60, 70, 80%. Nobody wants to do that. So when did you start hearing about the ETF? Bitcoin goes and blasts off and goes all the way up here and pumps up about 100% from 15,000, comes up here to 30 something thousand. See that? That's when you start hearing about your ETFs, right? So when that happens, everybody starts dumping a bunch of money in here, bunch of money here, bunch of money here, right? So now you got a bunch of people that have positions in here. People are longing the market and stuff like that. What do the big boys do? They dump the market on you. You put in all this money and all this liquidity, then they come and dump in on you. Now you get pissed off. You start getting scared. You start selling your crypto off at a loss, start taking L's. Some of y'all taking 20% L's, 15% L's, 25%. Then they come back in here and they buy the shit down. They buy it back up cheap. You put in all this money here, right? That means liquidity. Then you sell all your stuff cheap, and then they come in here because they dumped on you. They come in here and they buy it back up and then wait for it to pump again. This is a game that is not for the weak. It is not for the people that think that they're going to get rich fast. If you don't understand this stuff, you will constantly be losing money. You will constantly lose money. Your emotions will be all over the place. You will be pissed off. You will think crypto doesn't work. You will think investing doesn't work. Man, this is for suckers. Man, the rich is where this is a scam. All that stuff will be coming at you. And people like myself will be looking at this like they don't understand the market. They don't understand this is what the market does. It's brutal. It is meant to play mental games with you all day. It will grab you by your ankles and hang your ass upside down and shake out every single penny that you have until you are absolutely exhausted. I don't want to do this anymore. Right? And then you leave crypto. And then when everybody is, oh, this doesn't work, then the market starts going crazy. And then guess what that does for you? It fucks you up emotionally again. Because now you want to get back in the market because you think you're going to miss something. Now FOMO kicks in, fear of missing out. FOMO kicks in, you start throwing your money back into the market. But at this particular point, they're just ready to dump on you again. Because we crashed down for a whole year, right? Y'all, I just showed y'all that, 400 and some days. Bitcoin breaks out January 4th. Right? You see my ascending channel here. And trust me, I'm getting ready to, I'm explaining this whole thing to you guys. This is like a masterclass, an overall view masterclass for Bitcoin, which controls 90% of the market. Okay. So Bitcoin January 4th pumps up, right? And you can see it pumps up to my orange box. That orange box is here because over here, which was back in July of 2022, there was a lot of action for Bitcoin right here. We was here for about a good month or so. Right. So when you dump down, right, which we did, we dumped down here. We was here for about 2 months. You could accumulate Bitcoin and crypto at its lowest point, which was down here in November and December of last year. We pumped up. And as we pump up, you know that if we spend a bunch of time here, meaning there's a bunch of people who like to buy, sell, and trade in this area. When we pump back up, you know that this is going to be an area that it gets halted because you just can't fly through that. There's too much people that have emotions. Humans are cyclical. They reciprocate and they're very cyclical. If they was buying, selling, and trading in this area, right, before, when it gets back to that area, they're going to be doing that again. But let me give you something else to think about. If people when this started pumping up, if people bought a bunch of crypto right here and they get dumped on, they have to wait for it to get back up here just to break even. So I promise you, this is going to be a halting point. This is like a stop point, a checkpoint. Listen to what I just said again. If the market is falling down, look at this major crash right here. Boom, right? Right? People down here start buying a bunch of crypto and then it pumps up and then they start putting a bunch of money here. It dumps on them again, right? They have to wait for it to get back up here. This is the break even point for them. They can't even take profits. This is break even. I just want to get out the market. Shit. Look how long that they was down. From when it broke down, which was here, when it broke down, you don't get back up into this orange box. That is 156 days. They've been underwater for 156 days. This is a sigh of relief for them to get out of the market, right? Shit, man. Woo. Let me turn my camera around so I can be animated here. Shit. This crypto shit is something, right? So you know that's going to be a hold-up point, right? As you saw, there was a bunch of action right there, right? So let me show you what the market does. Check it out. So you all those people, they start getting out of the market because they've been underwater for 100 and some days. Then you got the people that bought down here, that meaning these people who accumulated, these were the smart people like myself. We accumulated for 2 months. It pumps up here. We start taking profits. So these people are getting out of the market. Listen, I'm showing you this. The people that was here that got dumped on, they're getting out of the market here. They broke even. I'm out. The people who bought right here, they are getting out because this is profit area for them. Anybody who bought down here is a profit area. So what does the market do? Boom. It's too much selling pressure. These people got out that was over here, and anybody who bought here got out. Boom. That's selling pressure. You know it's coming down. Everybody's selling. Sell. Get the hell out of the market, whatever, right? Okay. This is why I go live. If people don't understand this basic stuff right here, you will not win at this game. So let me flip my camera back around, continue spinning. Hold on, let me go back. Is this information good, or because I don't want to drag this out because I really want to give y'all an overview before I give y'all the real alpha. But are y'all enjoying the information that I'm giving you so you can kind of understand, like, okay, yeah, I got it. When this market is going crazy and it's going crazy up and it's going crazy down, it's very volatile. I need to take a chill pill and just let me come on Calvin's live and see what he's saying about it, or catch somebody else's live who's explaining it to you this way. Don't listen to people who give you these headlines. It's $15,000 Bitcoin next or whatever. Don't give me that shit and don't give me the utilitarian value behind it, bro. Tell me why I could do that if that's what you believe, right? That's what I want to tell y'all. I don't think we're going down to 15,000. That's what I'm explaining to you, but I'm giving you the history so you can understand what's going on as this market goes up and down, why it's doing that. Yeah, I just flipped the camera. I appreciate y'all showing me that love too. All right. So you know what happened there. So boom. So now we dump down. So look what I've done. When I see this dump down, because I am someone who knows how to chart, I know we broke out here. That's a very important area, right? We come up here. We sell off. These people get out the market because they're now broke even. And so the market dumps down. When it dumps down, I wait for it to reverse because that was the last candle right there, that red candle. I wait for the green candle, and now I draw an ascending channel. Let me show you what I mean by that, right? So I'm getting rid of this. You see, I just got rid of the blue joint. So now that I have a bottom here, and I see that that's a bottom and that's a bottom. So I need to draw a trend line, right? Because I know that trend line is something that cannot be broken because we're printing low, higher low, higher low, high, higher highs, higher highs. I know that we're in an uptrend at this particular point, so I need to draw a trend line, but not just a regular trend line, a parallel trend line, so I know where the bottom is and where the top is. So that's when I come in here and I do something like this, my parallel channel. And I hit this one, boom, and I go through here and I hit this. This right here didn't exist yet, because remember, we're just working off of that. But I go through here and I do a channel, right? I know that I can do this, right? Because remember, at this point, all I have is this high and that low. So now I have a channel, and I'm saying to myself, we cannot break past this line right here. And so as it starts to play out, I now start getting additional information. We come out of here. Everybody buys down here because we sold off. They sold off. We sold off. And so now it tanks down now. Anybody that was break even here, they get an opportunity to buy here cheap. Anybody who here that took profits, they get an opportunity to buy cheap. So everybody's buying. And now you got this explosion to the top. Now, if I was to show you on the stochastic RSI, let me explain something to you. Watch. Here's your stochastic RSI right here. Look at that area. Let me zoom in for you. Look at this area that I'm talking about. This crazy dump, you can see we completely oversold, right? Think about what I just said. We're completely oversold, yo. You know that this has to go up because there's nothing else to sell. These people who broke even got out. The people who was here that took profits got out. The market is dumping. Nope, we sell. Look, there's nothing else. We're completely oversold. There's nothing else to sell. We're at the bottom. Now the market has to reverse because we sold everything, and now the market comes rising back up with a vengeance. Boom! Now I have let me get rid of this as I'm explaining this to y'all now. So now I have some additional information. We're starting topping out. So what do? I take my parallel line here and I move it up to the next level, right? Which was that was the top. So now we have this orange here. We got a bottom of support and we have a top, right? We move sideways. Right? And then we start getting hit. Notice that we're getting rejected here. And I got to say, oh, wow, as I'm paying attention, look at all this rejection. Instead of drawing just a regular trend line, right, which would have been just a line right here to say, why is this being rejected? You go back and find out why it's being rejected. Now you go back over here. Oh, shit. Yeah, because we spent a lot of time. In May of 2022, we spent a lot of time right here in this area. I told you humans are very cyclical. They just repeat shit all the time, okay? So if they was here stuck, you know that right here, we're getting rejected. Here was support. Here is rejections. So I now take the bottom of this and the top of this, and I draw this box and I stretch it all the way out over here. You see that? And guess what? Rejection. We finally get into the green box, come down here, support, rejection, right? We got all of this. And now we have another top. So I just take this and I drag it out a little bit more. Boom, we have another one. So now I have complete tops and I'm waiting now. If this is a rejection, I know that we have to come down here and test this again, this trend line. So now as we start falling down, I'm dragging this out. All I'm doing is dragging this out now, right? I'm dragging this out now. I'm going to make sure that I keep this intact right here. I know we got a top. I know that as this starts falling down, it's probably going to come down here and try to test this line. If not, test the top of this orange box. Do you see how I'm charting? How this shit it's like a map. You know what I'm saying? And why did it come crashing down? Because everybody who bought right here, and think about what I'm saying, people who took profits here, they bought here, took a massive amount of profits. People who was over here underwater for 100 some days, they got out. Everybody has money to buy here. So the market comes running up. You took profits. You know how many people took profits up here? So guess what? The market has to correct itself, come crashing back down. And it looks for support. Found support at the top of this orange box. That's not a surprise. Right there, it was resistance. So it's not a surprise that it caught support right there. Then it bounces back up. You get what the idea, right? So anybody who was coming in here buying all of this, the market runs back up so they can take profits. They start taking profits. And now we see the market start crashing down. And what do I do here? I draw you a trend line to show you exactly why it's going to crash down, right? We come up here, we shoot up here, and we test the top of this green box. No, you cannot get through it. You have a confirmation candle here, and it's like, no, and you fall down. Now I draw a trend line here, and I tell you, hey, listen, as long as we are getting rejected on this trend line, Bitcoin will continue to crash down. I drew the trend line. How long did that happen? Well, from here, look. From there to when we broke out, that was 25 days, damn near a month of Bitcoin getting rejected on my trend line to the downside. Calvin, you're smart. You really know what the hell you're doing. I do. We come out of here, we break this trend line. I tell my audience, don't get excited. Breaking a trend line doesn't mean shit. You got to break it and you need to put a confirmation candle behind that, which happens. We broke it here, confirmation candle. Okay, great. Everything is looking cool. But then I started telling my audience, everything is not so cool. And they was like, why? I was like, because these are doji candles. Notice that when you break something with some serious momentum, there's a full body candle there and a full candle, a wick at the top, meaning that's full momentum going this way. But when you get candles burning at the top and the bottom, these are called doji candles. It means that the market can go either way. It could go up or down. You have no idea. That's a doji candle. That's a doji candle. That's a doji candle. This is a small candle here, and that means you don't have very much momentum and liquidity in the market. This is actually dangerous as we move sideways. And I told my audience, we have to come back and test this trend line. If you break the trend line, you have to retest it to make sure that it is support. And so we came down here to try to test it and we failed through, did not get the support. Guess what? The next level was this. We broke through that. Oh my God. And as we start breaking down, what do you think the next level of support is? If you're watching me and you watching me explain this to you, what do you think the next level of support is? Let me remind you. If we scroll back here, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. You know what it is, don't you? You know that if I click on this line right here, you know the next level of support is 25,231, where my yellow line is. And we're making our way to that shit right now, are we not? Yes. Yes, we are. You got to find the support. It just can't keep free falling. It has to find support. You see it pop up right here. Look what happened right there. You see it pop up above and break it to the upside. If it is above, you will be bullish. You see it? You should have known that this was coming. You saw the relative strength index. Look. Boom. Boom. Huh? Look at it right here. Purple crosses the moving average. Look up here. Look at this. Oh, you can see that, right? Yes, Calvin, we can. You're completely overbought right here, so you know the market is too hot. Look, it pushes all the way up here, gets rejected, and you knew it was going to get rejected because you're looking at the RSI, and you can see the market is overheated, man. There's nowhere for this shit to go, right? Yes. Let me show you something else. You see where we are right here? And look, you can clearly see that this purple line is starting to, let me pull it back some so you can see it clear. You see that it's starting to push up now? You had crazy drop, but isn't it starting to push up now? Tell me y'all don't see that. Now, why is that important? Let me show you the last time we had a drop that far. Let me show it to you, and I can't make this up. I'm actually gonna draw this. I just hit my trend line. Let me show you something. I'm gonna go here to the bottom where it is at the bottom right there. Boom. Let's follow this line to find out when the last time we was that far down in the market. Nope, it wasn't there. Nope, it wasn't there. Nope, it wasn't there. Oh shit, it's right here. Oh, wow, when is that? Does anybody know what happened March of 2020? That was the COVID crash. It took fucking COVID-19 to crash the market to come down that far. I can't make this stuff up. I'm showing you real alpha. This is people like me for real about this. That was COVID, y'all. You've never seen Bitcoin crash that hard, which means that whatever happened right here was serious business. And I'm thinking it was China. It was a whole bunch of stuff. People like, oh, Elon Musk sold this and SpaceX or whatever. China said that their economy is in trouble. One of the number one, if not the number one trading partners in the world for the United States of America is China. It wasn't just crypto. Did you look at the stock market? The stock market was down too. If the stock market is taking an L, what makes you think the fastest growing asset class in human history, but the youngest asset class and the most volatile is not going to take a hit? People are going to take their money out of crypto. If they're losing money in the freaking S&P 500, which is your Apples and your Teslas that's the money if I'm taking an L on that, I'm definitely not going to take an L on crypto. That's the most volatile asset. I got to definitely take my money out of that shit. Right? The last time we was that low was COVID. That should tell you something. Oh, that should, yeah, this is good stuff.